Namaste, Sitaram, a pleasant good morning. Welcome to Rudraaya. And of course, I'm your host, Nisha Sharma. And Rudraaya is being brought to you with the kind compliments of Maharudradev Mandir. And of course, our Mandir is located at 850 Tapscott Road, Unit 34 in Scarborough, with Tapscott and McNichol being our closest intersection. So on today's program, today's episode of Rudraaya, we want to dedicate it to the late Rudraaya-Sat. And of course, during the course of the program today, there's a lovely message from the Sat family in loving memory of their mom, Rudraaya-Sat. For now, we will join our spiritual leader, Pandit Ravi Sharma, for our pravachan. Enjoy.
जय 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 विघ्न विनाशक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक जय जय Om Namah Shivaya. Dear devotees, let me say once again, it is my pleasure to be here in the company of you and yours via Rudraaya. In today's society, all of us, we are trying to handle the continuing challenge of the coronavirus to the best of our ability. Amongst many things, we are striving to make the best use of the time at home, as we are made to stay home and stay safe. One way in this context is surely applying our minds to the lofty teachings of the Upanishads. This issue brings to you a few more selected mantras from the Vedanta in the form of something to ponder, something that becomes tips for saner living, and something quoted in the editorial, and so on. There are many insightful remarks on sadhus. There's a beautiful katha taken from the Mahabharata, and it tells us of the fate of a sparrow can strengthen our faith in God and His ways. Arjuna and Krishna, they were surveying the battle to devise their strategies before the Kurukshetra war began. A sparrow fluttered up to Krishna and chirped, "Bhagwan, my Lord, look, my young ones are going to be killed tomorrow when the fighting begins." Krishna looked, and sure enough, there was a nest on the ground with young ones squeaking away merrily. The sparrow was most distressed. Teams of men and elephants were clearing the field for battle. The tree on which her nest had been built had been knocked off by an elephant. Krishna only smiled, and he said, "I cannot stop the wheel of time." The sparrow was quiet for some time. Then it said, "But I can have faith, O Lord." And Krishna smiles. The next day, the Kaurava and the Pandavas' army, they stood facing each other across the battlefield, ready to begin. That's when Krishna, who was Arjuna's charioteer, turned around and he said, "O Arjuna, please hand me your bow and arrow." Arjuna was startled. He said, "Krishna, you had vowed not to fight. Tell me what you want done." However, Krishna, he quietly took the bow and arrow from Arjuna's hand. Then he said, "Look, look. That is the elephant that knocked down the tree on which the sparrow had its nest." He fitted the arrow into the bowstring and he took aim at the elephant. However, the arrow, instead of piercing the elephant's hide, only knocked off the bell around its neck. Arjuna was surprised, and Krishna, he explained, "You missed. The elephant is alive. Shall I?" "No, it is all right," replied Krishna. The war of 18 days was over. Krishna drove Arjuna's chariot through the battlefield and suddenly he stopped. "Look at that bell," he said. "Can you lift it, O Arjuna?" Arjuna was surprised. Was Krishna going to make him clear things on the battlefield? He hopped off the chariot and he lifted the bell. Then came the surprise. 4 young birds fluttered out from under the bell, followed by the mother sparrow. They had been safe under the bell all this while. Krishna never meant to kill the elephant. All he had done was to reward the sparrow's faith by keeping her and her little family safe under this big brass bell. Friends, in conclusion, faith is often its own reward. It can make things happen. Faith, Shraddha, Vishwas. Faith is also accepting the grand design of the Lord. While we put all right efforts in all possible ways, letting go of worries about things beyond our control, learning to go with God's plan rather than expecting our life to go according to how we wish it to be. Action with surrender is the essence of faith. Jai Bhagavan.
Sam Samunder, Extra Staffing Solutions. Sam and his team have been providing quality temporary staffing to various companies throughout the GTA since 2001. We have competitive rates, we take care of all your recruitment needs and payroll cost, and we provide transportation. Our friendly and knowledgeable recruiters are here to assist you, whether you are looking for permanent or temporary employees, for industrial or office needs. So call us now at 647-693-7745 or visit our website at www.extrastaffing.ca. Maharajadiv Mandir, as well as the crew of Rudraaya, sends 60th birthday wishes to Dev Harnam from your dear son Raj, wife Geeta, and sisters, brothers, and nieces and nephew. May Lord Shiva bless you with a long, happy life.
Happy birthday to you. 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 Happy birthday to you.
Sam Samunder, Extra Staffing Solutions. Sam and his team have been providing quality temporary staffing to various companies throughout the GTA since 2001. We have competitive rates, we take care of all your recruitment needs and payroll cost, and we provide transportation. Our friendly and knowledgeable recruiters are here to assist you, whether you are looking for permanent or temporary employees, for industrial or office needs. So call us now at 647-693-7745 or visit our website at www.extrastaffing.ca. My dear viewers, we've come to that part of the corporate segment and, introducing to you Kamalji. And before I introduce to you Kamalji, I'd like to relate to a couple of weeks, Dr. Balaram Chedi, in his program, he spoke about the importance of having a priest or a pundit in our lives. And, I found it was actually a very good topic that he brought up, because at this time we can see how valuable having a family priest or pundit with you is. Because I'm telling you, during this time, everyone's staying away from COVID-19, and having a death in your family and trying to get a priest or a pundit to come and do the last rites is very difficult. So that is why it is very important to establish that relationship and always ensure that you have a family pundit or priest. So in line with that, I'll introduce to you Kamalji from Lotus Funeral Home.
Sitaram and Namaste. My name is Kamal Bardwaj, and I'm the owner of Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center in Toronto and Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium in Kitchener. I'm also a licensed funeral director. In the midst of COVID-19, I cannot express enough the importance of washing your hands continuously throughout the day and applying hand sanitizer whenever possible. Please remain at home and isolate yourself to help prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus. The more we continue the practice of social distancing, the less likely the chance to spread the deadly virus. If you are a part of a family that has to make funeral arrangements, please limit the initial meeting to make the arrangement to no more than 2 people. For the funeral service itself, only 10 people are allowed to be in a room as a gathering at a time for a funeral service. Lotus Funeral Cremation Center is deemed an essential service, so we continue to be open 7 days a week to serve families. We are using all necessary precautions to protect our staff and the general public by the increase in wiping down and cleaning our building to maintain a high degree of cleanliness. At Lotus Funeral and Cremation Center and at Kitchener Funeral Homes and Crematorium, we operate 7 days a week and 24 hours a day. Our crematorium is located in our building, so we never have to leave our building in cold or bad weather for cremation. For Hindu families, we can provide all the puja items, including leaves and a havan kund. We are centrally located for families in the west and for families in the east. For more information, please contact me from the telephone number on your screen. Thank you for watching and see you next week on Rudraaya. Sitaram.
But death is inevitable. I realized this when my dad passed away. So much pain, and amidst all this, the worry of arranging a funeral. Thankfully, in all this, Kamal stood by me. From the viewing to the cremation, he arranged it all at one location. Once someone is gone, they don't come back. But Lotus Funeral Home knows how to give them a respectable farewell.
Lotus Funeral Home. Life must be celebrated.
तेरे बिन न लेंगे कभी दम, तुझे कितना जाने लगे हम, दिल का दरिया बह ही गया, इश्क इबादत बन ही गया, को मुझे तू साफ दे, मेरी जरूरत तू बन गया, बात दिल की नजरों की, सच तेरा तेरी कसम, तेरे बिन न लेंगे कभी दम, तुझे कितना जाने लगे हम, तेरे साथ हो जाएंगे खत्म, तुझे कितना जाने लगे हम.
We are still in the midst of COVID-19. And of course, one thing that we should try to learn, the valuable lesson that we should try to learn during this time, is that we are blessed with the precious gift of time. How many times do we have to say, I don't have time, my days are so busy, and time is one of our scarcest resources. So at this time, the entire world is experiencing COVID-19. At the same time, we are all going through the same type of stresses. And of course, we are doing self-reflection and also finding the most valuable things to do with this gift of time that we are blessed with. And to align with that, we remember all of those in our lives who have played a special part to make us or bring us to where we are today. And, so remember to give gratitude and thanks to all of those who have made your life what it is today. And to align with that, as I mentioned at the beginning of the program, this entire program is dedicated to Jasodhara, the late Jasodhara-Seth. And the next item is a special message from the Seth family to their loving departed mother, Jasodhara-Seth. In loving memory of my mom, Jasodhara-Seth, born on the 12th of April, 1951, and died on March 21st, 2020. Losing a mother is a pain that cannot be described in words. It is virtually impossible to move on from the memory of losing the woman who sacrificed happiness in her own life so that you could have a better one. A mother's love is truly irreplaceable. You were a very kind, special person with so much of kindness in your heart, always willing to help others in need. You made so many people's lives better. Jasodhara is survived by her husband Hansraj and 4 wonderful children, Anthony, Tony, Selwyn, and Marsha. Her 3 grandchildren, Laura, Ronaldo, and Reese Bella. Daughters-in-law, Anisa, Kanaga, Ria. Son-in-law, Andrew, and many other family and friends. May she remain with Lord Krishna. Jai Shri Ram.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vasudevaya Hari Vasudevaya. 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 Purushottam Hari Vasudevaya. Purushottam
Hari 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 Har tum har tam pyar to geet ka.
Hara Tuma Har Tam Pyar
My dear viewers, we've come to the end of another segment of Rudraaya. I hope you've enjoyed today's segment. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the program, this entire segment was dedicated to the late Rudraaya-Sat. And as we celebrated Mother's Day last week, a mother is known to the world as a mother. But to her family, a mother is the world. So to all mothers out there, and to all of you out there, never designate one day just for your mother, but your mother should be loved and remembered every single day of the year. So we'd like to thank our kind sponsors at Maharudraaya Mandir, as well as our executive producer, Gary Khan, for making Rudraaya possible. And of course, we go through this COVID-19, and I want to leave with you, as I mentioned during the program today, that we have right now the current time. So never let the sadness of your past and the fear of your future ruin the happiness of your present. Remember that as we do self-reflection, each day that we wake up, we get to start all over again. So it's a new day and it's new beginnings. So until we meet next week, have a blessed week. Namaste.
Shiva